Hey there, welcome back. We are reaching the end of the road here. You are almost there. Keep it up, keep following along here, and hopefully you're walking away with some really usable Excel skills as it pertains to manipulating event data. If you're just jumping in here, we're about to start manipulating our dietary selections into multiple worksheets so that they are able to be printed out easily. If you are interested in learning on how to sort or break text into columns or save different versions of files, feel free to go back and take a look through the other videos. If not, I'm going to share out my screen. We're going to jump right in and we'll take a look. So say we have sorted our information by dietary restriction type and last name, which is the last thing that we just did in the video, last video. And say we want to start to break that information into different workbooks or worksheets, excuse me. Just because that information is living in one workbook doesn't mean we need to create a new Excel document, a new workbook for each and every selection. We can use different worksheets. So if I click on the new worksheet tab here, it's going to give me a blank worksheet to start working from. And if I go back here and I start to copy, let's see if I can copy down to the end of our gluten-free dietary restriction here. I went a little too far. Here we are, above gluten-free, dairy-free, right there. Once I have that selected, I can either use Command C or Control C, or we can right click and copy, whatever your preference is there. And then we're going to go to our new worksheet, worksheet 1, and do a little paste action here, or a Command V or Control V. And then this is where that clipboard icon comes in handy again. So if I say keep source column widths, it's actually going to apply that same information that I did from the previous worksheet. So we're looking, if I click between, you can see that they're the same columns. And say I want to name this worksheet in here, I can right click on the worksheet name and click on rename, and this is going to be our gluten-free guests. And then since we're at it, I'm going to rename this one the master. And we now have all of our gluten-free guests broken out, which is great. And this is where, really quickly, I'm going to show you in real time how fast this can be done. I'm going to break out all of our other dietary restrictions by going back in and using that filtering function. So yes, just because we have gluten-free and they're all organized, I want to show you one step further by applying that filter and then just going back to selecting just what I want to show here. So we're now gluten-free, dairy-free. I'm going to create another tab here. I can drag and drop these sheets so that they're in alphabetical order. I'm going to rename this gluten-free, dairy-free. There is a character limit, so just be aware of that. And of course, we can't use special characters. And so now that this is all selected, all I have to do is copy and we'll paste this over. And lo and behold, our gluten-free, dairy-free, we go back to the clipboard icon here and we keep source column widths. Oh, and all of our information disappeared. That's weird. Let's paste it back in here. Ta-da! We go back to our master data set and we just want our halal guests. Same thing, we're gonna do sheet number 3 towards the end. We'll rename this halal. Go back to our master, select just the cells we're looking for here. Control C, over to halal. Let's see if it does the same thing if we do our keep source column width. Oh, it did, but that's okay. We can just paste it right back in and we're good to go. A couple more, we have kosher here. Select our kosher attendees, copy. I did it a little out of order, but that's okay. Sheet 4 comes to the end, we rename. This is kosher. We paste this in. Oh, maybe not. Come back here, copy, paste. We'll probably have to do this one more time. Totally fine. We have two more. We have a vegan option, which only has a couple. Add in our new worksheet, rename this vegan. Throw it on the end. Do a little copy and paste action in here. One more time for good measure. We're good to go. And last but not least is our vegetarian. Copy our vegetarians, which we have a lot. Add in our sheet. Rename this guy vegetarian. Drag him to the end. Copy and paste. And one more time for good measure, and we're good to go. So now we have our master and all of our dietaries broken out into each independent worksheet within the same workbook. Why would we want to do this? Because guess what? We can easily start to manipulate these independent worksheets for printing. And then those can become our meal lists to make sure that we have exactly who we're looking for in each and every tab. So the next one that we're going to do is start to add in some counting formulas and talk through some formulas. And so we're going to easily be able to see this information and know exactly how many of each of these types of registrants we have. Stay tuned.